welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole, the Unbothered Queen Trell, and welcome to my new series on my channel called Uncorked Elegance. Uncorked Elegance will be your go-to series for effortless hosting, easy recipes, and perfect wine pairings that can elevate any gathering. In today's episode, we're setting the scene for the ultimate date night done right at home, and I'll show you how to create a stunning floral centerpiece that sets the mood for a romantic tablescape. So grab your wine and let's get creative and get right into it. So first we're starting with a gold-footed pedestal vase that I purchased from the Floral District in New York. Now I will try to tag the exact store down in the description box so that you can shop easy from home. As you all know, gold is my favorite accent color, so I absolutely adore these vases. They're also very sturdy. They're like metal. So we're gonna start with this. And then I have a floral frog. This floral frog is like the game changer for creating floral centerpieces. Now it sticks right to the bottom of the vase. It has like a suction. And then you're going to put your flowers, you're gonna stick your flower stems, your floral stems, right into the picks of the floral frog. So if you want to create a more organic, more designer type of centerpiece, I would suggest using a floral frog for sure. Now I did use this exact footed gold vase in another floral centerpiece that I did. I'll add the picture here, and it was absolutely stunning. But today I'll be using just white flowers because that's the look that I'm going for. So once you have your floral frog, you want to press it into the bottom of your vase and it actually sticks. If you can see, it's suctioned in there. So it's not going anywhere. So before you get started, you want to make sure that you have a Lazy Susan so that you can turn your centerpiece around to see like how it looks, step back from it, and always, flip it around to make sure that you have an even amount of flowers on either side. And today, these are the flowers that I will be using today. I purchased all of these flowers from Trader Joe's and they were about like $40 altogether. I do not have any specific recipe for this floral centerpiece. I will be freestyling. However, I do like to use the rule of 3 and always add like 3 of the same flowers on either side. Like try to group them and just fill them in as you see fit. So for this particular centerpiece, I have 2 dozen white roses. I have ranunculus, beautiful ranunculus, calla lilies, cream stock, some veronica stems, as well as spray roses. Now bear in mind, you may not use all of these flowers, but I always like to have a little bit more than not enough. Cutting them open and resting them in my sink until I'm ready to start using them. So now that they're all in my fridge, I am ready to start working. I just like to rest them here so they're not in the way, and I could also run some cold water on them as I start working. So now I'll begin working. So I will be using like the bigger roses first. So you always want to pluck the leaves off of your roses, and you want to take off the guard petals. So these are like the guard petals, like all the petals that are like falling off. So I just pluck them like so. And then this one is also bad. And then I like to flex my roses. So flexing your rose is just lightly pulling back the petals and just kind of curling them inward. So once you flex your rose, the rose has more volume and it can fill up the vase even more instead of having your rose not flexed. So I will show you the difference when I'm done. Some people like to blow to the rose. Some people like to do this technique when they but I prefer taking my time and flexing. Now florals for me is a very therapeutic hobby of mine. I just love being surrounded by flowers. I like being in the kitchen with flowers. I love florals in my bathroom. So I love taking my time. I'm never in a rush when it comes to creating floral arrangements, especially when it's for my home. Never. Do you see how pretty that is already? Look at that. That's beautiful. That's why I love to flex my roses. And I will show you the difference with how it looks when they are not flexed. And then you could kind of just gently, if you don't want to flex, you don't want to flex it all the way to the middle, but now you can just gently open it up like that. So this is what a rose looks like. So can you see the difference? This is what a rose, I'm sure you can see the difference, but this is a rose that's flexed and this is a rose that isn't flexed. So I prefer my roses look like this in my floral centerpieces. It's just beautiful, it's stunning. And roses are actually my favorite flower. They're so classic and timeless. What I like to do is measure. So like I said, with your floral frog, you can have some of the flowers tall, you can have them short. I like to start tall and then add short ones as I start to fill up the vase. So you always want to cut your flowers on an angle, like so. And then you literally just stick it, press your floral frog in, and you literally just stick it in your floral frog, like so. And it just stands up like that. So I'll use the rule of 3. So I'll probably add like 3 roses here, 3 roses on this side, just all around. And I could also turn it like this way and this way just to see how it looks. So here is a close-up. I cut my rose on an angle, and then I'm just going to, if you can see the little pricks on the bottom, and then I'm just going to stick it in like so. Once you get it all the way in, it is good. I've added about 9 roses so far. Like I said, I like to stick to the rule of 3 in floral. You always have to try to stick to the rule of 3. I added 3 roses on one side in a more shorter length, and then I went with 3 roses on either side in various different heights. And then I'm just going to add all of like 3 more on this side as well. And then I'll begin adding in my other flowers and just filling in the body. Now with a floral frog, it isn't necessary for you to like have the entire vase covered, but it's all your preference. So you know what you like. Always step back, spin your lazy Susan to see if it is the design that you are desiring. Now, I like to choose the front and back of my floral design. This looks like it'll be the front. The front will be on that side, but let's see how it all turns out. And like I said, I do not have any particular recipe for this. I'm just freestyling and eyeing. The centerpiece is already starting to take its own shape. It's absolutely stunning. So what I'm going to do is just fill in some of those gaps. I'll begin using the different rose that I showed you before. This is like a creamy ivory type of rose, and I will flex it as well. And I'll begin adding them a little lower than I did the white roses. Now I will add some ranunculus. Now, ranunculus is a beautiful, beautiful flower, and you do not have to manipulate ranunculus. Just let them fall how they fall, and they will just kind of droop off the side. I think they are absolutely stunning, and I might have some just stick up like this and just kind of fall between the roses. So one thing about ranunculus, the stem is very sensitive. So when you are pushing, like the stem is very easy to break. So when you're pushing into the picks, just be very careful that the stem doesn't get like messed up. Like, look at this ranuncula. How cool is it? So pretty. So organic. We are getting down to our last three floral types, but all the main flowers have been added. My main flowers was roses, as you can tell, and I've added my ranunculus. So now I will go in with my accent flowers, which are some calla lilies, some cream stock, and a few spray roses. So once I add them in, I'll come back and show you the completed look. So now that my centerpiece is complete, I have here floral food, a cap full of bleach, and some water. And then I will just find a spot where I could just add the water into the vase. And make sure that it is tall enough so that your flowers are getting enough water. My centerpiece is complete. This centerpiece looks absolutely stunning in person. Like, I feel like the video is not doing it justice. So I decided not to add too many spray roses because the color was a bit off and the spray roses had a lot more guard petals than I expected. But other than that, all of the flowers pulled together beautifully. I love the ivories and the whites, and you can't go wrong with white and gold. I also love the slight touch of greenery on the stalk and the veronica stems. It just pulled together so beautifully, and I truly hope that you guys enjoyed creating this with me today. So that's a wrap on my first episode of Uncorked Elegance, and I truly hope that you are inspired to create a beautiful floral centerpiece for your date night done right at home. Valentine's Day is coming up, but we're just getting started. So stay tuned for the next episode where I'll be sharing with you cozy, easy recipes so that you can make your date night done right at home even more special. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so that you know when I drop a new video. And until next time, and cheers to effortless elegance.